Hey y'all, it's Tanya at TJ Paper Creations. Um, I'm kind of excited. I'm gonna do a tall, skinny journal, and it's the first time I've ever done one. But I'm also going to do a junky junk journal. I mean, a true junk journal. Um, where I'm not gonna be. I've got maybe a couple of pieces of digitals, maybe a couple pages of that. I've got maybe a couple of pages of scrapbook paper. But other than that, everything else is like, this is a piece of sheet music. Well, actually, it was a cover off of a piece of sheet music, or it could have been a book even, I don't know. It's a little bit thicker. So, that, and then, this was out of a book. It's one of those, first page things, and when you open a book, and you got that blank page. I've got that was a thin scrapbook paper. This is an envelope. This is a sheet out of a statement book. This is out of a school planner book. This is a guest check. This was new, fairly new, but I had coffee dyed it. Just had a bunch of those lying around. This is out of a Mother Goose book. This is a bank. This is a bank envelope. Let me find the other part of it. Right here. It's a bank envelope, and it's a pretty huge one. I guess it's ones they give you, like when you put your house, buy a house, and you got your papers in it, or you take out a loan, whatever. But anyway, so that's a pretty good size envelope in there. I'm either gonna attach a page here, or I don't really know yet what I'm going to do. I know I don't want to cover this up. I was saying I could make a pocket or a tuck, but I don't want to cover this up. So, and on this side of the envelope, I wanted the opening here. I didn't want to have to be trying to dig things in and out of that part of the envelope. So I just cut the bottom of the envelope open so I could have a pocket there. Then I added this little page to it. It's a little tuck. This is actually this is like the first page out of a yearbook. It's actually Mississippi State yearbooks where my dad went to school and graduated, got his master's degree there. There's the other side of the Mother Goose book. Let's see, what else is in here? Just, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. There's one of those graph papers that I use a lot. This one was a digital too. The back of it was blank though, so I stenciled on the back of that. This is just an envelope. This is a page of sheet music. I did not put, usually in every one of my journals, I will put those music pages, is what I call them, but they've got the transparent, transparent sheets over them. Oh shoot, tracing paper. My brain's gone this morning, y'all. But anyway, you put tracing paper over them, and then you sew around them, and that's usually what I put in here. But I didn't have any that would be, which I could have put a shorter one in here, but if I did, I would have had to cut it off too, because it wouldn't have been, it would have been too long this way. So I just put a sheet of music from a music magazine. I play the piano, so I used to have a subscription that had different songs in it and stuff, and you'd get a magazine I don't remember if it was once a month, every 2 months, whatever. But anyway, so that's a sheet of that out of that book. This, y'all, is very unusual. I don't even know. Let me find the other part of it because it folds out. Let's see where it is. It's going to be right here. this is, it's you know how in the front of Bibles and stuff that they give you places to write, like deaths, births, you know, marriages, whatever, children. This one was in an old book. Matter of fact, this old Bible um had a metal spine to it. I don't even know where it is now. I did not throw it away, but I couldn't tell you where it was, or I would show it to you. But I was in a flea market one, not a flea market. It was just well, kind of antique type flea market. But they had it just in a bin, and I said, "What are y'all doing with that?" She said, "Well, that's just junk we're gonna throw away." And I said, "Oh," I said, "Well, can I have that?" And I picked the Bible up because, I mean, it was huge. I picked it up and I said, "Can I have this?" And if you're just going to throw it away, I said, "Or I'll pay for it, whatever." So she said, "How? Okay, give me 50 cents for it. You can have it." And I was like, "Okay, great." It had all these pages in it. In the front, it had several of them. Like, I'm telling you, I don't know, at least 6 probably. Well, this paper is I don't know. I don't even know what this is. I don't know if it's parchment paper or I don't know what it is, y'all. And even the Bible was not intact. It didn't have all the pages in there. It was a mess. But I saw this and I wanted these. And for 50 cents for, you know, a few pages of paper, I didn't think that was too bad a deal. And I don't know what this is. If anybody knows what this is, please tell me or let me know, because I would love to know what it is. It's kind of thick, and it has almost like a little bit of a texture to it. I do not think that it's, I don't think that it's that rag paper though. I don't know. I really don't know what that is. But I love it. So, I put one of those in there. This was the digital here too. It was plain on the back, so I just put, stenciled some tags on the back and kind of grunged it up a little bit. I put this on there. If I'd have known I was putting this on there, I wouldn't have probably gone to all the trouble to do that. But this is a piece of, this is a digital too that I had coffee dyed. And so I put that on there. And this also, you can use this as a pocket right there too. So this is a page out of an herb book. Let's see, I believe it was herbs. Yeah. Or weeds, or, yeah, I think it's herbs. So anyway, I put a page of that in there. There's another envelope. Actually, the other side of this envelope has a window, 2 windows in it. So I thought that would be neat. This is out of an Edith Holden book. I had cut some of this off to use part of it, I think. And so I stuck that in there. I love her writing. It was so beautiful. There's another envelope. This is a digital, but it was of not a digital, a scrapbook, out of a scrapbook page. I think it was an A4 size. Anyway, it was just maps and stuff on some of the paper that was in there, so I took a page of that out of there and to use. This actually was a piece of brown grocery sack that I cut up, and I cut it into a page size and stuck that in there. This is another piece of first book page. It's almost, when I pulled it up, it almost ripped through because this one was actually glued to the book. This is just an old page. This is just like a little short notebook page, and I used my paddle brush like I do sometimes. I've showed y'all that before, and I used a purple color and just kind of went across it to knock the white off of it. And this was a digital page. I wish now that I had not started with this page It doesn't even match this. This is so neutral and brown, and this is so bright and, you know, sunshiny. But that's okay. But there, I wanted to use this fabric because it's so colorful, and I knew I was not going to worry about what colors were in here. I was not going to have any kind of color theme. See, like all the colors in the map. This page that I had here was it's kind of an orangey red that was out of that sheet music, covered some sheet music. You know, so it's just gonna have, like, say, pink, greens, yellows. It's just gonna have really different colors in there. There's a little bit of red there and some dark purple or black. That's grapes, I believe is what that was, or some kind of something. And then so yeah, so that's basically what I did. And see, with the Mother Goose book, it's got all kinds of colors on it too, especially, let's see, on this other sheet, I don't know, yeah, right here, it's got pinks and blues, stuff like that. This actually was not as colorful as some of the other pages out of that book. It's a huge Mother Goose book. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing, y'all. That's what I'm using, and this is going to be for me. So you know, I don't care what the theme is. It doesn't necessarily have to be a theme or anything like that. I wanted to, you know, just make one of these tall, skinny journals, and then I wanted to do, not, I would say, a true junk journal, but you know, it's got mostly junk in it instead of digitals. Now, I will say that there are going to be things I'm going to put in here that probably are going to be from a digital sheet that I'm going to make pockets out of or whatever. Maybe. I don't know. Because I'm going to show y'all this. This is what I'm going to, these are just some things I'm going to use in it. This is some old buttons that I found. These were, when my mother passed away, I got a lot of, she sewed, she crocheted, she did a lot of craftsy type things too, but hers were mainly on the sewing line. But she did that, and so I inherited a ton of buttons, so I thought, you know, I can do something, if nothing else, but make a button page and just glue buttons all over the page. I also found this. It's one of those little toggle button things, and I thought, you know, that would be kind of sharp if I could make some kind of closure with that. I don't know if that's what I'll do yet, but yeah, I'm still thinking about that one. So anyway, there's some old buttons I'm going to use. Then I have these. Like I said, y'all, I'm trying to do a true junk journal. These are cupcake liners. Okay, there's some small ones. And then there's some bigger ones. I've got some purples, some blues, some pinks, yellows. This one is more kind of leaf. It's a fall colors. I don't know if I'll necessarily use that one or not. I don't know. And then this one is just got a whole bunch of daisy type flowers on it. So I'm probably going to try to make some kind of pocket or something out of these. I don't know yet. That's why I've got several of them, so if I goof up, you know, I can start over. Then I have some bookbinding pieces. I use these a lot of times to make clusters, because I'll take them and snip them and then start as a base with this and make clusters to go in my junk journals. But seeing that this is going to be a junk journal, I'm gonna I may use it, you know, as a page edge. I don't know what I'll do yet, but with that, but yeah, I thought that would be neat to use some of that. Then I have this that I cleaned, you know, ink, distress ink with. wiping off stencils and things like that. And it's got a little hole in it even. It's just real raggedy. I don't know if I'll use all of it. If I may use pieces of it, like in a, you know, a cluster or something or whatever. So I got that. And then this is just an old atlas page, and since I live in Mississippi, I have the Mississippi map part of the atlas. That's the Mississippi part. So I'm probably going to use, I don't know exactly how because it's so huge. I may cut off, you know, exactly where I live at. I live closer to the, you know, the south, or I'm in the south of Mississippi. So, I may use some of that. Then this was from, I hope this isn't shining on you too badly, because it's very, very, very shiny. It was from like a devotional type book, and it had a pretty little bird. I just thought that bird was so cute. So I got that, and then I cut a little piece of the book, the cover of it, and a little strip of it, and thought, okay, I might could use this and make like a little strip. So yeah, I'm gonna do that with that. And if I want to knock the shine off some, I can use some gesso or do something to knock the shine off of it. Excuse me, y'all, got another fly in here and he's driving me insane. Okay, and then I've got, this was a couple of pages actually out of that devotional, and it's kind of an older devotional, I do believe, because it came from my mom's too. This is one of those silverware bags that you get from different places. Mine came from Sonny's, Sonny's Barbecue. That's where we eat a barbecue. When we want barbecue, we go eat ribs there because they have all you can eat ribs. So when we get a hankering for ribs, that's where we go. But anyway, I always save the silverware bags from there. And since it's long and skinny, you know, I thought, well, it fit on the page really well. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So I got that. Now, since this is a junk journal, a junky junk journal, I don't know what you want to call it. It's not junk to me, but, you know, that's what they call it. This is book page pockets that I made, I don't know, years ago. This is from, matter of fact, this is some of this right here with the big writing. That's from that big Bible I was talking about a while ago. But anyway, this is like a 3 pocket. Well, if you glue it to where you can leave the back open, it'll be 3 pockets, but you've got 2 pockets there. So, yes, I made that, sewed around it. So I thought, okay, because I'm going to probably use a lot of book pages and stuff, old book pages to make things out of. Here's another one. It's actually 2 of them. This is one of those 3 pocket. I know y'all have seen people work with book pages. They make all kinds of stuff out of them, and this is nothing new. But this is what, you know, I had. So I may use a couple of those or one of those or something. I don't know. This is something that came from you know how you get a necklace or something you buy and it comes on like a little card. Well, that's what this was. And so I just thought that was really neat. I may use part of this for a tag. I may keep it doubled like that and use it for something. I don't know. Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing with stuff yet. I pulled out some junk, okay? This is tea bags that, you know, that I took apart, and I've had those in my stash for a while. Another guest check. Here's some old recipe cards. Here's some doilies. Then I have some journal. This is from an old journal, and I did not copy it out of this, y'all. I did not ink it or anything, but it looks like it has been, but it's not. It's just old. So I've got a ledger page there. And this, I'm not really sure where this came from. It's out of out of a pattern type book or something, I think. I'm not sure. I know that it had to be cut off here because I was planning on using it like this in a journal, or one of my regular size journals, and so I had cut some of this off, which I wish now I hadn't have done, which it still probably would have had been cut off because it's huge. So I may use some of this. I don't know. I may cut out the butterflies. I may just use pieces and parts of the page. I don't know. Here's some. Like I said, I'm gonna probably be using a lot of book page. This is some book pages. This here's some more book pages too. This was a book page out of an old. See, look, y'all. This is what we try to get when we're inking pages to make it look old. But this is truly old. This is out of an old Elson primary school reader. It's a little elementary book. So I got a page from that. This is another page that is super, super old. I don't know. I think it was my mother. It was a book she had, and I believe it was actually my grandmother's before hers, because I found some things that she had written, some of the pages she had written on, and you can see where she's underlined a few things too there. So the pages that she wrote on, I'm keeping those for a personal journal. But anyway, I believe this is rag paper. I'm not 100% sure, but it definitely is thicker, and it feels like it has a texture like rag paper. But if I don't know for sure, because I don't know anything about old books like that. I'm just going by what Rachel and Roxy's Creation, she talks about it some. This is an old page too, as you can see. It's old and grungy looking. It came out of an old pattern book to make this one says actually children's collars, but it was not a pattern per se, I don't think. I think it was out of a actual book that had patterns in it. And same thing here, because I had a book too that had doll, patterns for doll clothes. So that was out of my mother's stash. This was a stamp off sheet that I had. I've had it for, oh my goodness, I've had this for years too, and just couldn't bear to throw it away because, but I had, done some markings on it, and I thought, well, who cares, But I could cut up some of this and use it to cover a tag or whatever. So I have that. I was originally going to put it in a junk journal, but just never did. Here's one of those pages that y'all just saw. If you watched my journal that I just did a flip through on, the Psalms 23 journal, and I had put a page of this in there. This is from an old, just a paper placemat. It was actually bigger than this, y'all, and I cut it to size. That's why these scallops look perfect, and these over here that I did do not. But but I thought I might could use that for something. And then this is like packing paper, and I don't know, it's green. I had never seen anybody use the green paper. Now I have some green packing paper that I bought. It's in just a roll, big old roll of it. And but this had come in a package. Somebody had stuck it in there. You see how wrinkled up it is. So I may use some of that. I love the color of it. There's a piece of book binding that shouldn't be there. It should be in my little baggie of those. And then, like I said, I have a whole bunch of book pages because I plan on making pockets and tags and all kinds of stuff probably out of it. This is a sheet of, I don't know, I think it's onion skin, but a friend of my mother's, of course, she passed away a couple of years ago, but she worked at the Mississippi Employment Security Commission. Matter of fact, it was you can tell Cliff Finch, I don't even remember when he was governor, but it was a long time ago. Anyway, matter of fact, I'll have to look that up and see what year he was governor. But, anyway, I thought this was real neat because it looks kind of like onion skin to me. But I'm not sure. But it's either onion skin or some type of tracing paper, and they actually typed on these, so I don't know. So I got that, and then actually I have several sheets of this she had given to my mother. My mother used it to trace patterns when she painted. She also did some painting, acrylic painting that she did, and she would take this and trace the pattern, and then she would paint. That's when she was practicing on something. So, and then I don't know if y'all probably seen. I think her name's Natasha. She does a lot of little neat stuff. But she had made, these are cereal bags that I washed out, and she was using them too to make pockets out of. And y'all, Lord have mercy, they are hard to make because it's so slick that it wants to, when you're sewing it too, it wants to like slide around. So most of them are crooked. I didn't get them very straight because of that. Look how crooked that is, but whatever. So, but junk journal, like I said, so we can use those for pockets. Then I have these. I don't know, I've seen people using these for paper clip, hidden paper clips or decorating paper clips or whatever to use on your pages. It's just penny rolls, so I've got those. And then these I found in my stash. This is just some, these are digitals, but I had printed them on cardstock, and they're doors. So I thought, that might, I don't know. I've got some ideas about what I'm going to do with these two. These are doors. I know I did one time use this same door and cut it down the center, and then I put hinges on the sides and had this for like an opening. But this one I think may be a little too wide. See the hinges? I wouldn't be able to get the hinges over here probably, and it's going to be too close to the spine. I don't like putting anything too close to my spine because it puts pressure on it. So I want my journals to last a while, so I don't want to do that. But I could take one side of it, and use it. I don't know. And then this is another little door. And then I had some of these that I fussy cut. It's fencing or fence post. And then I had this, which is a window, and I fussy cut all that out of the center, and I thought I could use that to put a transparency or vellum or one of our one of those acrylic type see-through sheets. Anyway, use that as a window in there somewhere, I don't know. And then, now these are digitals too, but they're, I don't even know where I got these, y'all. I'm thinking Roxy Creations has some, and I know Miss E, at Scrapbooking With Me, she had a freebie one time, I think, that had some of these on there, so I might have gotten them there, I don't know. But they're either like old check looking things, or these are old receipts. And when I printed them out, I used a coffee dyed digital so that they look old on the back also. So I've got those. And I thought I might try to make, I don't know if I'll try to make pockets or something out of those too, or just tags or whatever. This is an old receipt out of a receipt book. I believe I coffee dyed that too. Okay, these are just strips, vellum strips that I collaged. Put some things on it on the front. If you watch Gail Gustinelli, which I do, I love her. She's just wonderful. But she used to make these, and she would cut these up and put them put them on tags. So, I don't know what I'll do with these. Like I said, this may be a belly band, or I don't know what yet. Okay, this is an old one. Y'all saw me do the bank envelopes the other day. This is a very colorful one, which goes with this. So I don't know what I'll do with this yet. I don't think I'm gonna, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do the same thing I did with it last time, but, alright, and then these were like pockets that were in, some kind of little notebook type thing. They had these clear pockets on there. So I took those off of there, and I may use these. This one's too wide to use that way, but it might work that way or that way. I don't know. Now this one's small, so it could possibly fit on a page. So I may do that. But now this big one, see, I don't know if it's even going to fit. No, it's not. It won't even fit sideways because it's too big. But then again, it would fit sideways on the front cover. So I don't know. I may not even end up using it. Like I said, I don't even know if I'll use all this stuff, y'all. But I just wanted to pull some things out to work with. This is just the envelope, or the window part of an envelope. I had cut it out and was going to do something with it. Don't remember what I was going to do with it, and now, I never got it done, so I may use it. Here's another little piece from a Edith Holden book. Here's one of my masterboard pieces that I had was going to use as a pocket. This one is this is from, oh my goodness, it was from this book, and you see how big that is. So I turned it sideways and just made a little fold out of it, and I've not used it yet, so I thought, well, I could use it. I could even, glue it down in there like this, have a tuck, and then have a pocket here. So I don't know what I'll do with that yet either. And then I took some dictionary pages. These from a little small dictionary. These are good, y'all, to make journaling cards out of. This actually is a piece of a label that was off of a pair of jeans, and they were my dad's. So I may do something with that. Like I said, this is going to be my journal. So, and then this was another little piece of it, of his jeans. Okay, and then this was cut from a piece of scrapbook paper. I had cut a bunch of these out one time I was doing, I can't remember what journal. It might have been a sewing journal or something, and I had used some of these, so I thought that might be cute to put on a page. Okay, and here's some more music paper. This is very, very old and brittle, as you can tell. So I'll probably have to glue it to something to give it some stability. And then here, these are a few pages out of the Language of Flowers book. Kate Greenway, I believe, was the author. And what I thought was kind of neat about these, it has these oval shapes. Some of them have circles like this. And I thought, well, that might be cute to kind of cut that oval out of there, put something behind it, and then glue this down, to something and make it as a journaling card. Or, which in this case, I'm probably going to have to cut it a little bit because it's not going to fit. This is another thing that's going to, it's going to be a challenge for me too, because I'm not used to having to worry about the size, the width of things. I know from working with my journals, before, that I've had, this is, I probably shouldn't even show that. That is, but I may use that. This is a thank you card that I got from someone. Actually, it's my sister-in-law's family. Her father passed away, and they had asked me to play the piano for them, and my nephew sang. And so this was a thank you card that she sent me. I'm thinking this is so cute right here. I was thinking about maybe cutting that out and using that for something. I don't know. This is just a pharmacy bag. I use these all the time in my journals. I usually fold them up like this and use them as a page. In this case, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, because it's way too big to put in this journal. But, I mean, I could fold it this way, make pockets. I don't know. But I just wanted to have an option with that. This was a old piece of tracing paper. This is some more book pages. These happen to be French, written in French. So, and then this is an old, how we make our library card holder things. Well, this is actually a library card holder that came off of a book, and so yeah. And why these were so thin back then, I don't know why they made them so thin. So I may have to back that so it doesn't get. It's already gotten really wrinkled and stuff. So I thought I'd probably use that. And then this is just another paper. This is some of that, I don't know, y'all, there's a name for those pages, and I just can't think of it to save my life. But anyway, it's a page out of the front of a book. This was my dad's, one of his yearbooks, an annual, or yearbook, whatever you want to call it, Mississippi State. So I got a piece of that. I like the color, and because you can barely see the Mississippi State University stamp on there. Okay, that's just a piece of something. This was just a piece of notebook page. This is a piece of book page that I had, used to glue and stuff, and so it's double thickness. So I thought I might try to make a pocket out of it. Okay, and then here's some vellum, some more book page, and then here, like I said, here's some of those first pages in books and stuff that I've torn out. So there you go. Alright, so this is just a preview, y'all, of stuff that I'm going to do. And what I'm probably going to try and do, too, is working this, a little bit alone and just, do these. I will do, videos of what I'm doing, but I don't know necessarily if I'll be working in it, like, just constantly. So, but I might, I don't know, but, if something else comes up that I'm working on, or, I've seen something I want to try, then I'll have, videos, of doing that kind of thing, too. And I may just do videos on, when I'm making stuff up to put in this journal, so, but anyway, that's my plans, and that's what I'm gonna do. And so that's what I just wanted to hop on here and tell y'all what my plans were for my next videos are coming up. This is what I'm gonna be working on, and I'm kind of excited about it. I've never done like I've done a junk journal before, but it was a regular size, but I've never done a tall skinny one before. So this is going to be, it's going to be different for me. It's going to be a challenge too, like I said, because of the page sizes. They're more long than they are wide, and so it's just going to be yeah, it's going to be a challenge. But anyway, I hope y'all will enjoy coming along with me and doing this, though, because um, one of the things I was going to plan on doing too is just doing it page by page, not like I normally do. You know, normally I make things up, ephemera and whatever, and then I put the book together, and then I go through and place all my pockets. Then I go through and fill all my pockets. This is going to be different. I want to just try going through and just like, okay, today I want to work on this page. You know, I just want to do something on here, and so that's what I'm going to do, or that's my plan. So anyway, I hope y'all will enjoy that, and if you don't mind, please give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out a lot. And for those who've already subscribed to my channel, I just want to tell you thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Y'all just don't know how much I appreciate it. But anyway, y'all have a good day, and God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.